Hello everyone, my name is Shubhi and I will be taking question number 51 to 60 from your math paper. चलो start करते हैं. Question number 51. If 15 minus 15 divided by 15 into 6 is equal to x, then the value of x is. So now to solve this question, we need to apply our knowledge of BODMAS rule. So what does the BODMAS rule say? It says that to solve an equation, the first thing that we need to solve is the terms inside the bracket, then order. Lekin since we don't know order in class 6, we will ignore this. Then division, then multiplication, and then addition, and then subtraction. So let us try to understand this with the help of an example. 2 by 5 plus 3 of 5 divided by 10 divided by 2 by 5. So let's start with first bracket. Now inside the bracket we have a division and another bracket, a division and another bracket. Again, between bracket and division, which one has more priority? The bracket. So we will start by solving inside the bracket. 10 divided by 2 by 5. So 10, so any number divided by second number can also be written as 10 into 5 by 2. So a divided by b is equal to a into 1 by b. So I say 10 divided by 2 by 5 is 10 into 5 by 2. So 2 and 10 say cancel, 5 into 5 yani 25. So 5 divided by 25. Go again, we can write 5 into 1 by 25. So again 25 gets cancelled by 5. 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So this entire bracket becomes 1 by 5. 1 by 5. Now we have left 2 by 5 plus 3 of 1 by 5. Now of can be replaced with multiplication. Whenever you see of, जब भी आपको of दिखे तो आप उसको multiplication से replace कर सकते हो. So this becomes 2 by 5 plus 3 into 1 by 5. अब BODMAS अपनाते. B bracket, कोई bracket दिख रहा है? नहीं. O we don't know yet. D, is there any division here? No. M, is there any multiplication here? Yes. 3 into 1 by 5. So this becomes 2 by 5 plus 3 by 5. 3 into 1 by 5. Now is there any bracket? No. Order? No. Division? No. Multiplication? No. Addition? Yes. 2 by 5 plus 3 by 5 becomes 5 by 5, and 5 cancel करके it becomes 1. So final answer is 1. Another example is 10 divided by 5 divided by 1 divided by 2. Now here there is no bracket, there is no and there is no other sign except for division. So now we apply BODMAS from left to right. मतलब हम left से right जाके calculate करेंगे. So 10 divided by 5 divided by 1 divided by 2. So 10 by 5 cancel होके 2 होता है. 2 divided by 1 divided by 2. Now 2 divided by 1 divided by 2. ये 2 हो गया. And finally 2 divided by 2 यानी 2 by 2 जो हो गया 1. So इसका भी आंसर आ गया 1. Now let's solve our question. 15 minus 15 divided by 15 into 6 is equal to x. And हमें x की वैल्यू पता लगानी है. So वापस BODMAS अपनाते हैं. यहाँ पे कोई ब्रैकेट है? नहीं है. ऑर्डर? नहीं है. डिविजन? हाँ, यहाँ पे डिविजन है. So 15 डिवाइड बाई 15 हो गया 1. So 15 minus 1 into 6 is equal to x. कोई डिविजन, हमने डिविजन कर लिया. अब मल्टीप्लिकेशन? हाँ, यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लिकेशन है. 15 minus and 1 into 6 कितना होता है? 6. So 15 minus 6 is equal to x. Then is there any addition? No, there is no addition. Is there subtraction? Yes, there is. 15 minus 6. So this is equal to 9. 9 is equal to x. So final answer is 9. Now let's move on to the next question. 3 by 8 divided by 5 by 3 minus 1 by 6 plus 5 by 8 is equal to. Now in this one also we will have to use BODMAS. So we can see that in BODMAS, first we need to use brackets, then division, then multiplication, then addition, and then subtraction. Now first let's evaluate bracket. 5 by 3 minus 1 by 6. Now to solve this we need to use LCM method, least common multiple. अब इसके दो तरीके होते हैं. एक, when bigger denominator is in table of smaller denominator, and one, when the bigger denominator is not in table of smaller denominator. So let us understand the first method with the help of an example. So now let's take the example 2 by 3 plus 3 by 12. यहाँ पे which one is the bigger denominator? 12. Does 12 come in the table of 3? Yes, 3 into 4 is equal to 12. So then the LCM becomes the bigger number, which is 12. Now let us take LCM divided by both denominators. LCM यानी 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, and LCM divided by 12 यानी 12 by 12 is equal to 1. So now we multiply each of the numerators by their respective values. So 2 into 4 plus 3 into 1 divided by the total LCM, which is 12. So this becomes 2 into 4, which is 8, plus 3 into 1, which is 3. So 8 plus 3 by 12, which is 11 by 12. Now if the bigger denominator is not in the table of smaller denominator, then the LCM simply becomes the product of the denominators. So here the denominators are 8 and 5. So the product becomes 8 into 5, which is 40. So the LCM is 40. So अब हम LCM को denominator में रखेंगे, and now we divide the LCM with the denominators, same as how we did in the first method. So 40 by 8 is 5, 40 by 5 is 8. And now we multiply the numerators by these values, each of the numerators by these values, same as how we did in the first method. So 1 into 5 plus 3 into 8 divided by 40, which is 5 plus 24 by 40, which is 29 by 40. Now let's move on to our question. 3 by 8 divided by 5 by 3 minus 1 by 6 plus 5 by 8. Now the options say 3 by 8, 2 5 by 8, 7 by 8, and 1 1 by 8. So B and D are mixed fractions. Let's convert them into improper fractions first. To convert them, what we do is we multiply these two and then add this to it to get a numerator. And for denominator, it is simply the value which is at the bottom, that is 8. So here it becomes 2 into 8 plus 5. So 10 plus 5, which is 15. And the denominator becomes the bottom value, which is 8. Similarly, 1 by 8. So multiplying 1 and 8 and adding 1. So 1 into 8 plus 1, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9, becomes our numerator. And the denominator is again the bottommost value here, which is 8. So 8 becomes our denominator. Now solving this question, we get 3 by 8 divided by, now to evaluate the terms under the bracket, we see whether the bigger denominator is in the table of smaller. Here 6 is in the table of the smaller denominator 3, because 3 into 2 is equal to 6. So 6 becomes our LCM. So writing our LCM at the bottom, now 6 divided by 3 gives us 2, and 6 divided by 6 gives us 1. So we multiply 2 with the numerator of 5 by 3, and we multiply 1 with the numerator of 1 by 6. So 5 into 2, and since there is a minus sign in the middle, we will put minus sign, minus 1 into 1. 1 into 1. This gives us 10 minus 1, which is 9. So the numerator becomes 9. And since these two are cancelable, we will cancel them with 3. It becomes 3 by 2. So finally 3 by 8 divided by 3 by 2 plus 5 by 8. Now again applying BODMAS, we have evaluated the bracket. We don't need to worry about order. Division. There is division here. So we do 3 by 8 into 2 by 3. We can cancel 3 and 3, and we can also cancel 8 and 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this becomes 1 by 4 plus 5 by 8. Or we could also not cancel 2 and 8 and simply write it as 2 by 8 after only cancelling 3. So this becomes 2 by 8 plus 5 by 8. 2 by 8 plus 5 by 8. And this becomes 7 by 8, which is our answer. So our answer is C, 7 by 8. Now, moving on to the 53rd question. The value of x, which makes the following statement true, is 3, 7 by 11. So this is a mixed fraction into 11 by 5 divided by 3 by 7 into x is equal to 4 by 3. So ऐसी कौन सी x की वैल्यू से यहाँ पे LHS and RHS बराबर हो जाते हैं. So अब इसमें we will again use BODMAS. So BODMAS says first we have to evaluate the brackets. So let's do that. 3, 7 by 11. So how to convert this into a fraction? Into an improper fraction? 3 into 11 plus 7 will give us our numerator. So 3 into 11 plus 7 divided by the bottommost value, which is 11. So this becomes 33 plus 7 by 11, which is 40 by 11. So this value is 40 by 11 into 11 by 5 divided by 3 by 7 into x. So we can just write this as 3x by 7 is equal to 4 by 3. Now let us cancel 11 and 11, and 40 divided by 5 is 8. So this becomes 8 divided by 3 into x divided by 7 is equal to 4 by 3. Now if we want to solve an equation, we can bring terms to the other side. So let us bring sorry for that. So first of all, let us solve the division. 8 into 7 divided by 3x is equal to 4 by 3. So this becomes 8 into 7, which is 56, divided by 3x is equal to 4 by 3. So let us cross multiply. So doing this, we get 56 into 3 is equal to 3x into 4. And if we bring multiplication to the other side, it becomes division. So let us bring 3 and 4 to the other side, to the LHS. So then these multiplication terms become division. So we have to divide 56 into 3 by 3 into 4. Now these two get cancelled. 56 divided by 4 is 14. So x is equal to 14. So we found the value of x, which is x equal to 14. Now let's move on to the 54th question. Now this is a pretty easy question. 5% of 10% of 175 grams. Now as I mentioned in the 51st problem, can be replaced by multiplication, and x percent में percent sign can always be replaced by divided by 100. So somewhere say if you see 5% is 5%, then you can write that as 5 by 100. So let's apply the same logic here. 5% of 10% of 175 grams. Now over here we see only percent and off, which can be replaced by multiplication. Now BODMAS also says that we have to solve this left to right. So we can write this as 5 percentage I'm replacing by 100, off I can replace by into 10 by 100 into 175 grams. Solving this left to right, we get 50 divided by 100 into 100 into 175. Let us cancel 1 0. Then 175 into 5 divided by 1000. So 175 into 5 is equal to 35 plus 2, 37, carrying 3, 5 into 1, 5, plus 3, 8. becomes 875 divided by 1000, which is 0.875. So our answer is 0.875 gram, C. Now let's move on to the 55th question. Which of the following is not equal to 25? So option A is 50 minus 100 divided by 4. Now again we have to apply BODMAS. So BODMAS says that we have to solve bracket first. So here we have bracket. So let's solve this first. 50 minus 100 divided by 4 is 25. So 50 minus 25. 25. Okay, so A does give us 25. Our question is which of this is not equal to 25. So now let's move on to B. 20 plus 20 divided by 4. Since we have to solve brackets first, this becomes 20 plus 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 20 plus 5, 25. Moving on to C option. Again solving brackets, 10 plus, let's solve brackets, 5 into 2. 10 plus solving bracket 10 minus 5, which is 5. So this becomes 20 plus 5, which is 25. And moving on to D option, 24 plus 2 into 1. So solving bracket again, 2 into 1 gives us 2. So this becomes 26. So 26 is not equal to 25, and that's why the correct option is D, because they have asked us what is not equal to 25. And A, B and C all give 25 as our answer. So read the question very carefully in questions like these, because often we end up marking the wrong value. Now moving on to the 56th question. A square and a rectangle have the same perimeter, as in the same boundary length. If the side of the square is 16 meter and the length of the rectangle is 18, then the breadth of the rectangle is. So now for a square, we know that the area of a square is s square and the perimeter is 4s, given that the length of the side is s. Similarly, for a rectangle, area is length into breadth and perimeter is 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. So here we have been given side of square is 16, length of rectangle is 18, but we don't know the breadth. Let's take the breadth to be x. Now we are also given that they have the same perimeter. So perimeter of square is equal to perimeter of rectangle. So we know that perimeter of square is 4s. S is given as 16. So 4 into 16 is equal to perimeter of rectangle, which is 2 into L plus 2 into B. Here L is 18 and breadth we take as x. So 4 into 16 is 64. 16 4. So this gives us 64. 2 into 18, 18 2. 8 into 2 16, 36. So this gives us 36 plus 2 into x. So 64 minus 36 is equal to 2x. 64 minus 36. Let's consider this 14. So इसमें से 8 निकाल के हो गया 5. 14 minus 6 is 8 and 5 minus 3 is 2. So 28. 28 is equal to 2 into x. So x is equal to 28 divided by 2, which is 14. So x is equal to 14. Our answer is A, 14 meter. Now let's move on to the 57th question. A park is 1500 meters long and 750 meters wide. 1500 meter long, 750 meter wide. A cyclist has to take 4 rounds of this park. How much time will he take at the speed of 4.5 km per hour? Now we know that speed is equal to distance by time. So with this cross multiplying, we get distance is equal to speed into time. So we have been given that the speed is 4.5 kilometer per hour. So that means in 1 hour he travels 4.5 kilometer. Now 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. So 4.5 kilometer will be 4.5 into 1000 divided by 1. 4.5 into 1000 divided by 1, which is 4500 meters. Now to complete one round, the cyclist needs to go over the perimeter of the rectangle. So one round completes the perimeter. We have heard that the perimeter is 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. So 2 into 1500 plus 2 into 750. This is 3000. 2 into 750 is 1500. So 3000 plus 1500, which is 4500 meter. So to complete one round, the cyclist needs to travel 4500 meter. So to complete 4 rounds, they will have to travel 4 into 4500 meter. So to complete 4 rounds, they will travel 4 into 4500 meter, which is 18,000 meters. Now we are given that the speed is 4.5 kilometer per hour or 4500 meter per hour. What does this mean? This means that in 1 hour the cyclist completes 4500 meter. So in how much time will he complete 18,000 meter? He will do so in 1 into 18,000, 1 into 18,000 divided by 4500. Cancelling this gives us 4. So therefore it takes him 4 hours to complete 4 rounds of the park, which is 18,000 meters. So our answer is 4 hours. Option number D. Now let's move on to the 58th question. The prime factorization of 640 is. Now here they have asked us a prime factorization. Now what are factors of a number? Those are all those numbers whose multiplication table includes the number x. So for example, factors of 24 are 1, because 1 into 24 is 24, 2 because 2 into 12 is 24, 3 because 3 into 8 is 24, and similarly 4, 6, 8, 12, 24, क्योंकि सबकी टेबल में 24 आता है. Now what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers which only come in either their own table and in the table of 1. So for example, we will consider 2 as a prime number. Why? Because 2 has only 2 factors, which are 1 and 2. And both of these, and apart from these factors, there are no other factors that 2 has. 12 is not prime. Why? Because it has factors apart from 1 and 12. Ignore this. It has factors apart from 1 and 12. For example, 2, 3, 4, 6. 12 comes in इनके table, and also it also comes in 1 and 12's table, and it also comes in the table of all of these. So it does not just come in the table of 1 and its own table. So that's why 12 is not prime. And numbers that are not prime are known as composite numbers. So we can say that 12 is a composite number. Make note that 1 is neither prime nor composite. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. are some prime numbers that we encounter on a pretty frequent basis. So prime factorization of 640. Now we know what prime means and we know what factorization means. So the prime factor, to do prime factorization, one method is to make a factor tree. For example, let us do the prime factorization of 30. Usually to do this, we try to divide 30 into two numbers, and we try to make sure that one of the numbers is prime and one of them is composite. So we have learned that 2 is a prime number. And we also know 15 is a composite number. Why? Because 15 does not only come in table of 1 and 15. It also comes in table of 3. It also comes in table of 5. So that's why 15 is a composite number. So now we have broken down 30 into a prime and a composite number. Let us circle the prime number, and we will have to divide the composite number again until we only get prime numbers. So now we divide 15. 15 can be divided into 3 and 5 because 3 into 5 is 15. So 3 is a prime number and 5 is also a prime number. So that's why finally we have reached only prime numbers in our prime factorization tree. So that's why now we can write 30 as the product of all of its prime factors. So we can write 2 into 3 into 5. We will not write 15 because 15 is not a prime number and we need prime factorization. So 30 is 2 into 3 into 5. Similarly, we are asked to do prime factorization of 640. So 640, let us try dividing this into a prime and a composite number. So 2 and 320, because 320 into 2 gives us 640. Now 2 is a prime number, but 320 is a composite number. Let us try breaking it down. This can be divided again into 2 and 160. Again, 2 is a prime number, but 160 is not. Let us divide again. 2, 80. 80 is again not a composite. 2, 40. Because 2 into 40 is 80. Again, 2, 20. 2, 10. And 10 can finally be divided into 2 and 5 because 2 into 5 is 10 and both 2 and 5 are prime numbers. So how many prime numbers do we see here? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and 5. So the prime factorization of 640 can be written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. This is 7 times into 5. So our answer matches with option number D. So that's why the correct answer to 58th question is D. Here there are 7 2's and 1 5. Now let's move on to the 59th question. Find the approximate result of the following expression. Now we can see that this expression has decimals. First, let us solve using BODMAS. We can see that there are multiplication and subtraction signs. Since multiplication comes first in BODMAS, we will multiply all the numbers that we see multiplication sign between first. So we see 3 numbers between which we find multiplication signs. First number. Now to multiply two decimals, what we can do is we can first of all ignore the decimals and just multiply these two numbers as it is. So 496 into 102. 6 into 2 is 12. Let's carry 1 forward. 9 into 2 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. 4 into 2 8 plus 1 9. Leaving one space, 0 into everything is 0. Leaving two spaces, 1 into 6 6, 1 into 9 9, 1 into 4 4. And adding all of these, 2 9, 9 plus 6 15, 1 forward 10, 1 forward 5. Now that we finally done the multiplication without decimal points, at the end, how many spaces decimal point we see, we have to include those many spaces in final answer. So here we can see two decimal places. One is 6, one is 2. So that's why we will count we will count two spaces and then we will put decimal point. If this was 4.96 into 10.2, then there are three decimal places, 9, 6 and 2. So then we would have given three decimal places and we would have put decimal point here, 50.592. Here now, right now, our answer is 505.92 since there are only two decimal places. Similarly, let's evaluate these two. 297 into 71, 297, 7 into 7, 49, 4 carry forward, 9 into 7, 63, plus 4, 67, 2 into 7, 14, plus 6, 20. 7, 9 plus 9 is 18, 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 10, 0 plus 1, 1 and 2. Again, there are two decimal places here. So, two spaces chhod ke we will put decimal point here. And finally, 201 into 51. This gives us 201, 5, 5 into 0, 0, 5 into 2, 10. Adding 1, 5, 2, 0, 1. And again, since there are two decimal places, we leave 2 and we put here. So 102.51. Now our final problem says that we need to subtract this answer and also subtract this answer. So our final answer needs to be 1 second, let me use another color pen. 505.92 minus 210.87, and then we have to subtract this one too. So first let's subtract these two. This becomes 12, so 5. This becomes 8, so 0, 5. Now 0 becomes 10 since we can't subtract 1 from 0, and because of this 5 becomes 4. So 10 minus 1, 9. 4 minus 2, 2. So 295.05. We also have to subtract this from this. So 102, we have to subtract 102.51 again from 295.05. So 5 minus 1, 4. We can't solve this. So again 10 minus 5, which is 5. And we have to subtract this. So this becomes 4. 4 minus 2, 2. Just put the decimal point here, right where it was. And 4 minus 2, 2. And 9 minus 0, 9. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So now they have asked us find the approximate result. So 192.54 coincides with 190 the best. So the solution to our problem becomes 190. So the answer to 59 is D, because they have asked us for approximate result and 190 is the closest to 192. Now let's move on to the final question, which is the 60th question. We reached our destination at 2:45 p.m. So the final time is 2:45 p.m. after traveling for 4.5 hours. So the travel time was 4.5 hours. When did we start? So we don't know the starting point. So now 4.5 hours means 4 hours 30 minutes, because 1 hour has 60 minutes. So half hour will have 30 minutes. Now to solve these kind of questions, if you have difficulty with AM and PM, I will suggest that you can make a simple number line starting from 12 AM, going on till 12 PM, and then finally ending at 12 AM. If we add all of this, we get 24 hours, which is the number of hours in a day. Another diagram I have taken which shows the same thing over here. AM, PM, from 12 AM to 12 PM to 12 AM. Now to solve these kind of questions, we will locate our final time on the number line, and then from there we will count backwards. So 2:45 PM. So that will be somewhere over here, 2:45 PM. Then travel time was 4.5 hours. But this is the final time. Matlab, we have to go 4 hours 30 minutes before this time to find our starting time. So first let's go 4 hours behind. So 2:45 minus 4 hours. So 2:45 minus 1 hour is 1:45. Minus 1 hour is 12:45. Minus 1 hour 11:45. And minus 1 hour 10:45. So this gives us 4 hours. So finally we got 10:45. So 10:45. But wait, we also have to subtract the 30 minutes. So 10:45 minus 30 minutes. So that means minus 0 hours and 30 minutes. So now let us subtract the hours and the minutes. So minus 0, 30 minutes. This gives us 15 minutes here and 10. So our final answer is 10:15. So we must have started at 10:15. And let us see over here, this says 10:15 a.m. This falls under the AM part of the time number line. So this means our final answer is 10:15 a.m. 10:15 a.m. So 60th answer is C. So this brings us to the end of our math paper discussion. I hope you guys understood the problems, and wishing you all the best.